What's up guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Welcome back to Art by Flan. Today, as you can see, we have something very different from what I normally do on this channel. So when I was younger, I really loved the idea of plushies, and I would get a wild urge, and my mother, bless her heart, would get roped into these schemes and help me create plushies of my own characters. She sort of helped me learn how to sew, and we made all these different plushies together, and it really meant a lot to me. But as I got older, we both kind of lost the time to make them together, but I still wanted to make them. So I took the skills I learned with her and started making plushies of my own out of felt and stuff. Through tutorials on YouTube and DeviantArt and things like that, I learned how to do it. And obviously my first plushies were extremely rough. I may have some left on my DeviantArt. You could probably dig back and find them. But I got the urge to make a plushie again. And so I decided to look around. Instead of using an old pattern, I found a newer pattern. I purchased this pattern and it's really super cute. I really enjoy it. And so I decided to make a plushie of Maia because who else would I make it of? I love her so much. I wanted to make a plushie of her. This is actually the second plushie I made of her. The first one I made in 2012, and it's not that great. This is definitely a step up in the plushie department of her, and I'm really proud of the outcome. It's amazing what technology can do, as I've condensed a week's worth of work and filming into a 5-minute video. This is shorter than even some of my regular art videos, but I removed a lot of footage of duplicate things. Like I recorded myself sewing doing both arms and both legs, but when you've seen one leg, you've seen both legs, and when you've seen one arm, you've seen both arms. So I just sort of cut that out. And here I am sort of pinning her face on. I started with the head and put that all together. That's the first portion you could see me working on. And now I'm moving on to her legs. And what I'm stitching here is the foot and kind of getting that foot shape in and attaching it to the leg here. This isn't really a tutorial. I definitely wouldn't take this as one, considering the footage is so sped up. But it's just more the process of me working to create this plushie. And I was really excited to do this and record this, even though it nearly drove me insane. Like, the body in general was pretty easy because I had a pattern for that, but later on when we get to her clothes and her hair, I'm sort of flying by the seat of my pants. I'm not very good at, sewing clothes or anything, but I did my best, and especially the best that I could with the felt. So I'm finishing up stitching her legs together here. Those are her feet, and I'm moving on to her body. I sort of modified the torso portion here just a bit. I actually used a boob pattern, for lack of a better term, a bust pattern to give her a bit of a chest. When I put her dress on, it kind of poked out. So I sort of modified that from the original pattern for this body. As you can see there, it looks kind of funky, but sewing her legs on here, this is a sitting plush pattern. So the plushie is supposed to sit rather than stand. So that's why the legs are sort of stitched onto the front of the body and rather than just in the middle or something, because it's supposed to focus your weight on the butt so that it can sit properly and not fall over, unless you're like me and made the head super duper top heavy. So I'm just stitching up the torso here. I only put me stitching up one side in, because again, if you've seen me stitch one side, you've seen me stitch the other. So I just kind of saved time on some footage and just showing you how I put together just the one side. So her body's all coming together here. And this is me turning it. Oh, this is me doing her butt. I thought it was me turning it inside out. I cut out a lot of the stuffing and the turning because it's all basically the same thing. You just turn it inside out. For me, I stuck a stick in there and did that. But yeah, like, I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm really proud of myself because I hit a block before I finished her body, and I had to really push through to finish her dress. I was just getting frustrated with the whole thing. I just didn't want to finish it. I wanted to just put it in the closet with my other failed projects, but I didn't do that. And I'm super proud of myself for not doing that. I'm super proud that I started this project and I finished this project within a reasonable, acceptable amount of time for the type of project that it is. Because I feel like I'm hitting a slump where I want to start things but not finish them, but I didn't let that happen this time. And I think that says something about me growing as an adult and learning to start whenever I finish. And seeing this footage sped up is really weird because there's just things flying all over the place. And now we have sort of a Mod Podge of footage. I didn't record all of the dress, which is sort of what I'm working on here, sort of kind of sorting that out, pinning that on, getting it fitted. And I didn't record everything because a lot of trial and error. So here I am just working on some footage of me working on her dress. That's the sort of top bodice piece. And now I am shifting into working on the bun on the back of her head. So I sewed a little circle, and now I'm just gluing on little strands to make it look more like hair. And like I said, I'm really happy with how this came out. And this last clip should just be me attaching everything to her head, which is the final bit here. And we should be shifting into the final piece here. I know it's not a very detailed picture, but I'll have more detailed shots on my Instagram, which is linked down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button. You can subscribe for a new video from me every single week. And hey, if you want to know when I upload a video, hit that little ring-a-ding bell right next to the subscribe and you'll get a fancy notification. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.